Hello guys, so in this session of the course, I'm going to be guiding us on how to get the distance between one location and the other. And the name of the library that we're going to be using is the GOP. So you need to install it on your machine. So if you're in your terminal, if you're using VS Code, PyCharm, just enter this code. That will be pip install GOP. But if you're in your Jupyter notebook cell, you need to include the exclamation mark here, so that is going to install it into your machine. And make sure that your internet is connected with your laptop. So the library is already installed in my machine, so I don't need to install it again. So all what I need to do is just to import it. So that will be import GOP. So from the GOP library, there is a module there that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to be using it to create a geolocation object with my user agent. That will be geolocation. So that's the name of the variable name, equals to GOP dot the nominating. So inside this nominating, I'm going to specify my user agent. That will be user agent equals to the name of my app. I can use the name of my app or any name, but just make sure that it's unique. That will be DG app. Very good. So instead of me importing this using this long code, so I'm going to import it. I won't import all the modules attached to these libraries. So I'm going to be using that will be from GOP imports the nominating. So I don't need this GOP again. So since I've actually import the nominating. So let me run it now. So in order to get the location for a particular region, you are going to use the geocode. That will be location equals to geolocator. So there is a method there called the geocode. So that will be geocode. Then you enter the name of the location you want to get. So for now, I'm going to be using New York, then comma USA. That is New York in USA. So if I actually print out the location now, I'm going to have this. So I'm going to be having the city of New York, United States, the longitude and the latitude. So if I also want to get the head of my user, if I want to get the head, I'll just need to say geo dot headers. So if I want it now, it's going to give me the header. So we have it now. And also if I want to get the API, that will be geo.api. So we have it, and so on. So I don't really need all this. So I'm just showing you what you can get there. So the next thing is that we need to get the longitude. So how do we get it? So that will be all. What you just need to do is just say location dot longitude. So if I actually want it now, I'm going to get the longitude. So we have the longitude now, and if I want to get the latitude, that will be location dot latitude. So I also get the latitude. So we're having two results now. And if you actually compare it with what is online, that is a New York longitude and latitude. So we have it here. So let me just copy it and put it here. So we have it. This, and for this we have this not. So we are done. So that is how to get the longitude and latitude. So let me just store it in a variable name. So that will be so let's store it, let me call it first location. First location, that will be equals to the location dot latitude. So I'm going to put it inside a tuple. So then the second one is location dot longitude. Okay, so if I actually call on first location now, I'm going to have this result. So we have the latitude here and the longitude here. Very good. So let's get the location for our second for our second address. So let's call it a location 2. I'm going to call it location 2 equals to, that will be equals to geolocator dot geocode. Then I'm going to enter it. So let me enter Texas. I think Texas should be in United States. I don't really know. So if I call on location now and I run it now, so I'm going to have Texas, United States. Then this is the latitude and the longitude. So for that, so if I actually want to get the latitude as well, that will be latitude I have on this. If I also want to get the longitude I have this. So I'm going to store it in a tuple as well. So I'll call it second location. So I'm going to put it inside the tuple as well. So that will be the first one here. So the second one as well, that will be location 2 dot longitude. No, longitude, yes. So if I call on second location now, I have the result here. So let me delete this one. I don't really need it. So we have our first location now, which is this. That is the longitude, the latitude, and the longitude. We also have the longitude and the latitude for our second location. So the next thing is that we need to calculate the distance. So in order to calculate the distance, the Geopy actually provide a library for that. That will be from Geopy import from geopy.distance. So import the geodex. Is it dex? I don't know the pronunciation. So about that, so we are going to be using this method to get the distance. So that will be, so I will say distance will now be equals to, that will be the geodex. So we are going to pass in the first location, which is this. Then we also pass in the second location, which is this. Then we just say dot kilometers. So it should give us the result in kilometers. It's kilometers. So if I run it now, it's going to run. So if I actually get the distance now, it's going to tell me that it is the distance between the first location, which is New York, to the second location is 2,437.477 and so on kilometers. So let's format it so that it's going to work well. So we are going to be using formatted string. So that will be, let me put it here. Let me call it formatted. Formatting location. So we'll be able to present it very well. That will be formatted string. So we just say the location, the distance between New York, is New York, so Texas is, then we're going to pass in the distance here. That will be distance kilometers. So if I run this one now, it's going to run. If I call on the formatting the location, we have this. So I don't need to pass this one here. I can just store the address somewhere. So I can store address number 1 here. So I will just say address number 1, address 1 to be equals to this. So I'll just move this one with here. I'll remove it and put it here. Then I'll pass the variable name here so that it's going to reference that. Then for address number 2, which is this, so I just need to define the variable name, address 2. Then I just need to copy the location here. Then I'm going to pass it here. So I'm just going to pass it here, the address 2 here. So if I run it now, it's still going to give us the same result, but I need to remove this one. So I'm going to remove it and replace it with address 1. If I run it now, you'll see that it's still giving me New York. So if I remove this one as well and replace it with address 2, and I run it now, you can see that it's still working well. Okay, so we can also do another stuff. We can actually turn this one into so that we actually receive the input from the user. So that will be inputs. So we can just say something like enter your destination, your first location. You can just say first location. Then so once the user actually enter it, we are going to pass the result here. Then we can also enter, you can actually put it here as well, that we request. So we can just say enter your target location, or let me make this, instead of let me make it the original location, so original, it's not correct, original. So if I actually run it now, it's going to prompt me to enter my original location. I'm going to say New York, USA. If I run it now, so it's going to ask me to enter the second location, which is Texas, USA. So if I run it now, it's going to store the results, and if I run this one, it's going to give me the results. So if I run it again, and I enter something like let's say Chicago, and I click on enter, and I enter Texas, and I run it now. If I call on this, it's going to calculate the location, the distance between Chicago to Texas. That is the 1,527 kilometers. Okay, so that is about this lecture. So in my next video, I'm going to be showing us how to develop an interface for this code. So thank you.